Bro, I need you to stop scrolling right now, because what just came out about Blake Lively is genuinely one of the most devastating things I've covered on this channel. We are talking full breakdown. Not a PR breakdown, not a carefully managed crisis moment with a stylist standing by. An actual human being falling apart in real time while the entire world watches. And the reason it happened, the specific thing that pushed her over the edge, is not what any of the headlines are saying. Stay with me because this one gets dark before it gets clear. And the moment I am building to in the final third of this video is the detail that changes how you see this entire situation from the beginning. Blake and Ryan, together since 2011, married in 2012, 4 kids, 14 years of what looked like the most bulletproof marriage in Hollywood. Not just a relationship, a full brand. The trolling, the red carpets, the Instagram posts that made everyone feel bad about their own relationships. That was the product, and for years it worked. Then December 2024, Blake files her lawsuit against Baldoni. The whole thing explodes in a way her team clearly did not anticipate. Instead of sympathy, people start questioning her. Old interviews resurface. The industry quietly starts pulling away. And Ryan, instead of being the dragon she expected, starts doing something far more calculated. He shows up, he makes jokes, he signals unity, but insiders say every move he made was about protecting Ryan Reynolds, the brand, not Blake Lively, his wife. She noticed, and that is where everything started to fall apart. Blake refused to settle the Baldoni lawsuit for over a year. Dug in completely. Sources say it stopped being about the legal outcome somewhere along the way and became deeply personal. It was not about winning anymore. It was about proving she was right. And no cap, that stubbornness cost her everything.
Hollywood's once favorite it couple, the Reynolds. It looks like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' marriage is on the rocks, and I'm going to say we will be getting a divorce announcement either this year or next year. Ryan Reynolds was noticeably absent at Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's settlement hearing that they didn't even come to an agreement on. Like, this is a mess. And interesting enough, Justin Baldoni was hand in hand with his wife, but Blake came alone. Oof. Woof. And he's honestly been noticeably absent, and so has she in each other's lives and their endeavors for like the last year. They have not really been pictured out together. Just taking a scroll through Ryan's Instagram, there is no Blake. He usually has multiple posts with her, shout outs. There's no Mother's Day post, no holiday post with her and the kids, no birthday post, nothing. And he used to love to post about his wife. You don't see shit no more, nothing. And she hasn't posted since like November 2025 either. And I have to tell you, it's been wild to watch Ryan Reynolds fall from grace. From once being America's super suave favorite superhero, Deadpool, everybody loved.
A Disney executive who previously worked with Blake told the Daily Mail directly that the case has ruined her in Hollywood. Not damaged, ruined. Industry steering clear. Bridges burned everywhere. Meanwhile, Ryan is watching all of this and reportedly pushing for a settlement from the jump. Sources told journalist Rob Shooter that Reynolds saw the full picture early. He knew the longer it dragged on, the more it would erode everything. But Blake would not hear it. Here is where it gets crazy. While she was locked into that lawsuit, Ryan had already started pulling back. Reports emerged they were living in separate cities. Ryan in New York with the kids, Blake in Los Angeles. Weeks, not a work trip, separate lives. And sources told Shooter the fights when they crossed paths were constant. F-bombs, harsh, wearing them both down. Then Ryan misses her birthday post. First time in 14 years. No tweet, no Instagram, nothing. And if you know anything about how Ryan Reynolds operated as a public husband, you know that is not an accident. That is a message. The quote that hit hardest came from a Daily Mail insider in April 2026. They described the marriage like this: "They are not as playful as they used to be, like a light has dimmed. A light has dimmed." Bro, that sentence is doing so much work. That is not the language of a couple having a rough patch. That is the language of two people who are still technically together but have already lost each other somewhere along the way. The same source said they used to have big dinner parties and they have not had them in a while. They are not being very social, just preoccupied. And you can feel the exhaustion in that description. From Hollywood royalty hosting the best tables in the industry to two people who cannot even face putting on a show for their own friends.
Are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds heading towards divorce? Because suddenly there's a bunch of articles saying so. If you do a little quick Google search, a bunch of articles talking about divorce rumors are popping up within like the last not even 24 hours. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' divorce rumors intensify amid legal and personal strain. Sources close to the couple say the marriage, once considered one of Hollywood's strongest, is under significant strain. The couple, who share 4 young children, have reportedly been living apart in recent weeks, with Reynolds spending more time at their New York residence while Lively remains primarily in LA. While no divorce papers have been filed, multiple entertainment outlets claim the relationship has reached a breaking point. And then we have this: 3 signs Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's marriage is hanging on by a thread. A source claims Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are not as playful as they used to be. Apparently, this source had spoken to Daily Mail first. Ryan Reynolds is reportedly furiously trying to save his own career. Insider elaborated, he's worried this is going to destroy him too, his brand, his reputation, everything. Do Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have money problems? Another source divulged to the Daily Mail that the fallout surrounding Blake Lively's high-profile legal case has been bad for both her career and husband Ryan Reynolds, and in turn their bottom line, which naturally only heightens the stress in their marriage. Blake is not getting the offers, and there has not been anywhere near the interest in her since the Baldoni drama.
Then Blake shows up to a settlement hearing completely alone. No Ryan, no united front, just Blake sitting in that room by herself while the whole thing played out publicly. And people noticed immediately. Wait for it, because this is the part that reframes everything. Blake eventually settled in May 2026, joint statement, both sides claiming victory. And according to multiple sources, the real reason she finally folded was not the legal strategy, was not the money, was not even her career at that point. It was Ryan. A source told Naughty But Nice that the realization hit her all at once. She'd already lost too much, professionally, personally, publicly. The one thing she refused to lose was her marriage. Those are the exact words. The one thing she refused to lose was her marriage. So she gave up the fight that had defined the last 18 months of her life. She dropped the lawsuit she had staked her entire public reputation on. She folded on the one thing she felt most strongly about in the world. And here is the brutal twist. Sources suggest Ryan had already been emotionally checked out long before she made that call. She settled to save the marriage, and the marriage may have already been gone.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' marriage is allegedly over. He didn't even attempt to put any effort into attending Blake Lively's settlement conference with Justin Baldoni, and left her on her own to handle it, despite Justin Baldoni's wife being there to support him. Allegations say that Ryan is done with Blake and is only trying to protect what's left of his brand. Blake Lively attended the 6-hour closed-door settlement meeting at the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York alone, arriving and departing without her husband, Ryan Reynolds. The incident follows a period where the couple has been appearing less together in public, and reports have suggested they are taking separate paths in their public-facing careers to avoid further scrutiny. That north-of-the-border actor made his stance crystal clear towards the A- lister today. Zero public support, no pretending, just protecting what's left of his already toxic brand. Silence can be louder than any statement. And again, this is allegedly Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's marriage being over after he refused to support her during her lawsuit. And the related headline reads, Ryan Reynolds absent as Blake Lively attends Justin Baldoni's settlement conference. The court-ordered 6-hour meeting ends without deal as Lively and Baldoni prepare for May 2026 trial date. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and follow me for more celebrity tea.
No cap, that is one of the most devastating things I've read about this entire situation. Because Blake broke down not at the moment of public humiliation, not when the claims got dismissed, not when Hollywood turned its back. She broke down when she realized that the one thing she had sacrificed everything to protect was already slipping through her hands regardless. Here's my honest read on this. Blake Lively is not a villain in a story with a clean moral. She is someone who built an identity around a certain version of herself, the glamorous untouchable one, the funny couple half, the Hollywood queen, and then watched every single piece of that identity get dismantled publicly over 18 months, while the person she expected to stand next to her was already calculating his exit strategy. That is a specific kind of devastation, and no amount of PR recovery or carefully staged paparazzi walks fixes what that does to a person internally. Ryan is not confirmed divorced. There is no filing on record. But the marriage that existed before December 2024 does not exist anymore. The light that dimmed is not coming back on. And Blake breaking down is not about losing a lawsuit or losing Hollywood. It is about finally seeing clearly what the last 2 years actually cost her. And the saddest part is that she probably saw it coming long before she was ready to admit it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel for Blake, or do you think she brought this on herself? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.